UGA being one of the bigger leagues in that we have actually in the MGU All Stars.
in size.
In size, yeah, more well known across the community when it comes to just bigger leagues and things like that. And a lot of people go to the UGA because they have a lot of things going on over there.
Yeah.
Um, Tay actually had to beat other champions in that Discord server to get here, which should be a little bit intimidating to a few of the other
Yeah.
players. Can't yes and no. I
Right.
think this team to me it looks really scary. I see this is a very grindy team. First of all,
Hmm.
like this actually
Yeah.
looks like a U team Octo, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. The even more so than me, like how I play, this team really has a lot of bulk. Um, has a bit of flexibility too. There's Pokemon or two, three above 100 speed, and there's a bit of a slow mode in there. P2 is such a good anchor, in my opinion. Um, Araquanid is solid, even if not able to go first on the slow end. And what's nice is one of Araquanid's only weaknesses is flying, and you don't want to be using flying moves in Trick Room.
Hmm.
Um, I think there's a lot to like about this team overall. Uh, Power wise, I think it's also there, but you've got 110 on Latias. We already saw Latios, so by process of elimination, this is Latios, right?
Yeah, I've got a note here reminding me of which one this one's gonna be called. So yeah.
uh, yeah, and I'd say, yeah, including Water Bubble, Boost, uh, Araquanid's up there in the power department. If you get a boost on Porygon 2, that's quite reasonable strength. Yeah, I'd say overall this team has a lot of what can make a team successful.
And I know that last season you had P2, or was that the season before? I think it was last season, right?
When we were playing with restricteds, that was the season I had P2.
Okay, so that one you made really really good use of that download ability. Can you? I know a lot of people went out, including myself, when I was using download P2 or playing against it. I just kind of went like, man, like why did I get the attack boost there? That really sucks, but not really understanding why. Could you explain, like, for people that do like using this Pokemon with download, how it actually works? Like, I know it kind of explains it a little bit, but like just explain like I'm five. How does the download boost activate, and why does the stat go up?
Download is going to activate either on send in or reactivation of your ability, which could be if you're acquiring it through skill swap or if it was negated by neutralizing gas and then neutralizing gas is itself in some way negated, that'll reactivate all abilities. So it's a send in ability, and it's going to increase whichever stat theoretically is going to be better into your opponent. So I think the way that they do the maths are they add the defense and special defense of all Pokemon, defense and defense of
Mm-hmm.
all Pokemon on your opponent's side of the field, and then their special defense and their special defense. And whichever number is lower, the corresponding attacking stat is going to get the boost. So, for example, if you have I would say two good Pokemon to look at are like um,
Two on the screen actually
Stonejourner
stand out.
and um, Cursula. So Cursula has really high special defense and really low defense. If you're running like a max defense set on Cursula, that offsets a little bit. Stonejourner has even lower special defense. If you're running max defense and no special defense investment, um, you got to figure out which one ends up being higher. But like if you just had Stonejourner on the opponent's side of the field, their defense is clearly way higher, so you're going to get the special attack boost. Whereas if Cursula is on the field by themselves, their special defense is way higher, so you're going to get the attack boost. It's basically to let you hit the weaker side. Now, of course, if you're running an all special set, you're not going to get much use out of the attack boost. It's going to be a bit disappointing, but a good idea is always to run a lot of physical attackers to necessitate your opponent running defense investment to survive hits. So that way, when you send in the download, hopefully you get that special attack boost and really allow P2 to go off.
Yeah, like you wouldn't want to send P2 in against the two that are floating next to it, such as the Latias and the Araquanid, because their special defense is so high. So on a send in against those two, you would get an attack boost, which wouldn't benefit you because their special defense is so high. So yeah, a very, very cool tech that not maybe everybody knows and I don't, but hey, there's some stuff I know that you guys don't know. So there's that. But
Right.
very, very cool team. If there was one move you could make on this team, because I'm just basically calling this your team, just because I can see a lot of things you really like on it. Not to mention the Dedenne, right? I think you like Dedenne, and you wanted to maybe talk to people about Dedenne, and
Okay. That is the correct pronunciation of the Pokemon's name. However, that is morally wrong. There's no accent above the E, the last E, to let us know that you're supposed to pronounce it. And what generation did Dedenne premiere in?
Gen 7.
Gen 6,
I was
the
gonna say
French
6, yeah.
region, which is based on
Oh,
France. And in France, they speak French. And in French, if there's no accent on the E at the end of a word, you don't pronounce it.
as an
And
A,
yet,
yeah.
Dedenne. If you look at the katakana of the name, it says de-de-ne. So you have to pronounce it because there is a character for n. So if it was supposed to be deden, it would be de-de-n, deden. But no, that it will forever till the end of time bother me. But that said, I don't take it out on Dedenne because adorable, precious, amazing.
Another
I
Pikachu
only have
clone.
nice things to say. I like Dedenne a lot. The
Yeah,
design.
I really like the D-Den over there as well, so sorry.
Sounds like D-Day or Ardennes. We're getting into French stuff now, but we're not supposed to talk about real world stuff.
No, yeah, yeah, we don't want to
And
talk about that
ooh,
stuff. Yeah,
so yeah, as far as a change I would make, I mean, uh, you know what I mean? It's very that.
I know. Yes, everybody listening knows what you mean.
Um, I I will admit sometimes I hear something, I just kind of run with it without fully questioning it. Jamie Boyd is a known opponent of Tapu Fini, and the first place I would look to make on this to make a change on this team is also Tapu Fini. But then,
Ooh,
like as soon as I do that and I just give in to his like um, disapproval, another voice pops in my head like, yeah, but like, are you really thinking this through?
yeah, it's pretty good.
Like Tapu Fini does have really high usage and has performed really well in tournaments, and I think there's got to be something behind that. So, like, I don't even know if you can justify dropping Tapu Fini, but I would say, like, on a team with really solid, bulky offense, I do like having a sweeper who can just pop off. Maybe a bit
Such
redundant
as,
next to Mian Chao, but Pheromosa?
ooh, and you have experience using Pheromosa as well.
Yeah, Pheromosa, Dedenne, P2, that's all the same season.
Yeah, maybe that's why this looks like your team.
I would have liked yeah, no, I think it's fair to say I would have liked the Trevenant. Didn't make it onto the team. And my team name was the Wild Wild Torracat, so you also have that like association with
Torracat,
Torracat,
yeah.
who's also on this team. Yeah, I think it's fully justifiable to keep Tapu Fini on this team. But Pheromosa offers extremely fast speed control next to the Latias, or if you wanted to go for Tailwind with Corviknight, you can do that instead. So I think that's a plus. Um, and just the overall like damage potential, but also support potential that Pheromosa offers. I think Pheromosa could be a good addition to the team. I do understand though, looking at Mienshao, like there's a bit of similarity there. They both would want Focus Sash, and on a given week, are you going to want to bring both as a result? It's tough to
Hmm.
say, but yeah, this team doesn't need to make any changes either, so like it's cool.
Yeah, and we weren't talking about this as well, but that Latias
Mm,
can potentially be moved as well in a case as well, because I do see Tailwind over on the Corviknight as well.
true,
But
true.
the one Finny replacement I was thinking, we didn't write this down, but I love Cinderace as much as the next person.
Mm.
Um, it's being able to change your typing every turn with the speed that it has. I just think it's you're not adding a fire type to your team. You're really not. Like you're really just adding whatever type you want it to be. And
I
I
mean,
think that
if you want another fire type,
yeah, it does it very well. The Pyro Ball, um,
for sure.
Gmax Pyro. What's the Gmax move called? I forget.
Pyro Ball.
Gmax Pyro Ball. Isn't the
Yeah, it
move just Pyro
sounds.
Ball as well?
Wait, hang on. Gmax Fireball is the Gmax move. Pyro Ball is the regular move. They sound really similar, uh,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, Pyro Ball is a base move. You're right, and the Gigantamax move is Fireball.
And just to make this team a little bit more like a team you've had in the past, adding Cinderace on this team as well, next to something with Prankster Fake Tears.
I even wanted to run Purloin, but I got sniped, so I went with Cottony, who's also very good pick uh, for my team. Yeah, it it might sound weird because it is like Cinderace's special attack is really low,
Like
65.
65, yeah.
But because you have stab on all of your moves, that goes a long way to make up for it. And then if you have fake tears, well, hello.
Yeah.
That literally doubles the damage output of anything that you click next to it that's a special move. So
And its
it
coverage is really good on the special side as well. It gets like ground, gets electric, which it doesn't get on the physical side. So that can be a week to week
exactly.
decision as well. So,
Yeah,
yeah, Cinderace I think it can be really really cool and really versatile. And I've seen also support Cinderace sets as well in a draft league setting. So I think that would be one thing I'd make. But again, do we have to make a move on this team? Absolutely not.